Silence. Last night, Chris Christopherson died, and he was an American singer and songwriter. And there is a story about him which touched me deeply, and I will tell it to you. So there is a song he once wrote. It's called "Why Me, Lord?" And the story, how this song came to his mind, was that he once was in a small village, and he helped other people. They made a small concert to get some money for something. And the next day they went to church. And he was not a man who went to church many times. And while the session, they were kneeling down and they had their head down. And he heard the priest asking the question, "Is there anyone who is lost? So you will raise your hand." And the notion of raising his hand didn't come to his mind. And while he was thinking, there will be no one who raised his hand here in public in the church, he felt how his arm went up. And at the same time, he also felt shame in public to show up like this. And he heard the priest saying, "So are you willing to receive the Lord," or something like this? "Come in front and kneel down." And he stood up and went in front and kneeled down in front of the priest. And in that moment, he found himself weeping. In public, in a church, a grown-up man was weeping. And he had this realization of big weight leaving his shoulders. And this profound experience of forgiveness, where he actually didn't know that this was missing or this was what he was looking for. And out of this experience, he wrote this song, "Why Me, Lord?", where he is talking about the realization of beauty and grace which we can receive without doing anything for it. The moment of realizing pure grace. That's what it is. In our lives, we have many of these moments where we meet wonderful things, beauty, amazing experiences. But usually we take this for granted. Maybe we like it, maybe we are happy about this, but we don't realize the grace. And the moment when you realize the grace, you are on your knees. You cannot imagine how this comes to you, this beauty, this And it can be the most simple things in life, like a color of a flower, like the sky. Grace is the realization.
Everything is grace. Everything. It's not in your hand. That's why we say so many times, like always, Gangaji also said to us, that you are so lucky. You are so lucky that you can sit here and even, that we can meet like this. That we are not in a war zone or whatever. We don't have to fight for our survival.
In this moment, everyone is safe who is meeting here. Everyone has shelter. Everyone has food to eat, water to drink.
That's already such a privilege.
That's a privilege.
You are also chosen, so to speak.
Millions of people don't have this privilege.
So, but I don't know if you know who this Chris Christopherson was, but Janis Joplin made his song very famous.
Me and Bobby McGee. Maybe some of you know.
Which is the sentence is what also Gangaji always mentioned, is freedom is another word for nothing left to lose. Freedom is another word for nothing left to lose. And this was written by this man who died yesterday. Really, I mean, freedom is that you have nothing to lose. When you realize that you have nothing to lose, actually. When you are willing to lose everything in this moment, and there is freedom, because then you are not holding on to things, objects, body, people.
And everything, whatever it is, you are not willing to let go of. This is actually what is in between you and freedom. It doesn't mean that we have to give up a relationship. We have to give up our job. We have to give up things to get freedom. It's not like this. But freedom, when freedom is the highest goal, everything else is secondary.
And freedom is always this moment, because there is only this moment. We don't know what the next moment will be. No one knows. And then you are already, when you bring your attention into this moment, it becomes so wide. Everything is in it, the past, the imaginary future. I mean, it's just wide. It's not even just here, it's everywhere and nowhere. Spaciousness. And it's already who you are. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to listen to this, even from freedom, or let's call it light or stillness, because of this light, this life, which goes through your body, through your mind. That's why you can listen. That's what's listening in you. The body or the ears themselves, they cannot listen. Something is here, which is enlivening the core system, or
which is receiving these vibrations of words.
your, in quotation marks, your life appears in you as this spaciousness and silence. And you have the choice to bring your attention to who you really are, this spaciousness. And so you don't give attention and a belief to the things which are so-called outside of the world. You bring your attention back to this spaciousness. And so that's why this is never abstract. It's never an abstract, so to say, topic. It's your whole life. It's appearing in it. The mundane and the profane, everyday life.
And this was here all your life from the beginning on. And this is exactly the same which called you to this meeting. Which was calling you to look for something which no one could give you so far.
Luckily, you realize that no one can give it to you, and no thing can give it to you. And something was always missing, some realization.
But you followed this call, this sweet, silent call. Something made you listen to your heart deeper than to anything in the outside. Something brought you to shift your attention away from the movie outside. Yeah. It's exactly like sitting in a movie. I think Papaji said so, we have to imagine that we are sitting in a movie and we are watching the screen and what's going on. The people who are walking and talking to each other. And we are so fascinated by these pictures. Whereas the light.
But we are even like in this drama, we are even like crying together with whatever is happening on the screen.
We can be happy with the hero. We can be sad with someone. We feel the same emotions like they do, or like they play, actually. Whereas the core of it all, the core of the silence or the stillness is the light when you turn your eyes away from the screen and look directly back into the projector. You see the light, the pure light. That's the light within you. There may be drama, there may be some hero stories, adventure stories, but as soon as you turn your attention inwards, There's just light. Pure, shining. And that's your true nature.
And however strong it seems that the drama is taking you, or feeling it in your body, you know, when something triggers you, and however strong, you have the choice to come back home, to realize, first of all, is it true? It feels true, because it's the body is reacting, the mind is reacting on something. It feels so true, because you say, I am feeling it. It's wow, it's so heavy. That must be true. So I have to do something with it. I have to fix it. Oh my God, or what shall I do with this person? Or fight it, or whatever. And then it just gets more, because there are more thoughts are coming, more emotions are coming, and you are even more. And that's the proof again and again that, but I'm feeling it in my body. That's me. That's that. And then you have you have to have the courage and the vigilance and the willingness to stop and see, wait, what's going on here? What's going on in my body? But what if I stop? Not that I stop the bodily reactions, but I stop and see.
Stopping means the story we are telling ourselves in the mind.
You stop this story, this belief that, which I said before, that this must be true because this is in my body, and start doubting, is it really true just because it's going on in my body? It seems true. What if you change the sentence? It seems true. Let me see. Let me see. You bring it closer. You inquire into it. Who are you? What are you? What is happening right now? I'm having fear. I'm feeling sadness, anger.
And what's the story I tell myself in the background, which is actually giving fire to these feelings, these emotions?
And question this story.
Can you stop the story? Can you stop telling yourself the story about this someone who did this to you? What happens if you stop the story for one moment?
You stop the story. And you can, because you started it.
It's your story.
You are participating in it. So you can say, oh, no more.
The moment something triggered you, someone, let's say, hurt you with words or something. There was a pain. That's it. But afterwards, we are telling ourselves the story. Oh, why did he do this to me? Oh, I should have reacted that way. Oh, next time I will say this and that. That's the unnecessary suffering. There's a big difference between pain and suffering. Suffering is the circle where we go around telling ourselves always the same words. Why me? Why?
That's the searching. The circle, actually the word also searching is the circle. I mean, you can even more realize this in Hungarian. Keresni, kerülni, circling, circling. And that's what Papaji says, you stop the search. Because in that we are starting to search in the sense that we want to fix that other person. We want to fix that story so that one day everything will be fine and then I can be in peace. So that's the search outside, that I will fix these changing stories, which is always changing. There is always pain. There is joy, pain, whatever. And you stop the circling and you say, I inquire. And inquire in Hungarian, again, it's much better. Kutatás. So you go down, yeah? You are going to make a well into the moment. What is happening right now, here? I stop the circling. I'm not searching outside anymore to fix, to whatever.
Fix, change, repair. And in the moment you stop and go deep, you realize that these emotions are actually made up. The same way how we create the emotions when we watch a movie.
The same. It's the same.
The story we are watching is not true. The actors don't feel this.
What you are watching in yourself, that's the same movie. You are telling yourself your life story.
But while watching, we have this broken heart. We have this anger, whatever.
Yeah, it's challenging. It's challenging to give up the fixing. Maybe this time I will be able to fix it. and then I will be free. And no. It will again slap. And then again say, oh, what have I been doing again? You know, I again believed it that I can. Yeah, that's why we say that most of the people who come to satsang, they are fed up with this because they realize that this is really a vicious circle.
Nothing is helping, yeah.
It's changing. It is just, we were just talking about this the other day. It was even stronger here now, that really just bring your attention to this now. Everything is in movement the whole time. Your cells, the body, the breathing, everything is changing. So the same way, all the experiences are changing. This will never stop. The person is always changing, you know, this mood, that mood, everything. And what is that which doesn't change? It is this who is listening right now, in this moment, this stillness.
This awareness.
So the awareness, the watcher or the knower, however we call it, that is always still. And you bring your attention back to this, which is always still, and then you are aware how this movement, everything. Oh, I know why I had this realization even deeper, because I was cleaning and I'm doing like, a big clean in the house. And in the morning, I realized this kind of conditioning in me, like, wow, I have so much to do. I want to do the windows, I want to do that. And when will it be ready? And then I said, it will never be ready, because when I finish one, the next, maybe in a week, because I have to work. So after work, I can do a little bit. So the time I'm ready with one room, then the other room will be already starting to be dusty. And then I realized, wow, I have this, this conditioning, which is natural. We want that maybe one day everything will be clean and stay like that, but it will not.
And will be stable.
And it will not. And this was, I said, wow. Again, realizations during cleaning, because I was kind of like dissatisfied. I know that I bring this also from my childhood, because we had to clean a lot. We had a guest house and so on. And there I also always felt this dissatisfaction that, oh yeah, and then again, we have to start it again and again. And it's like changing everything.
When you try to focus on this moment, when everything is finished, when everything is done, you lose your breath. You start running, you start rushing, because it's so much. And finally you realize you will never be able. This is the moment to give up and accept the movement.
Like in my case, as I said, so as I started the cleaning, I had this, I could realize, I'm very sensitive anyway to my body, so I could realize this stress in my body. And I said, what's going on? Oh, I was like, I want to make it ready, because it's so nice, sunny now, so I have to do it today. And then I said, I could also realize that I was not enjoying it anymore, because I was looking for the
future,
which will never come. And I said, oh, no, it will never be ready. That's so great. And then I was just enjoying one window. Yeah. It's never will be anything ready.
Except this, which was always ready.
Which is always ready. So then you go back to that which is always ready, so to speak. You return. The moment. So just enjoy the moment of something, like in my case, the cleaning, just one part. Oh, wow, this is ready. It's nice. And enjoying the letting go of the results or fixing.
That's one of the biggest relief, to let go of fixing, of this idea. It has to be finished. And how finishing looks like. We have this clear idea in our mind. It's finished when this and that.
But even that, so you can see how this is made up by the mind. Where did it get it from? Because in nature, nothing is ever ready. Even when something dies, then it will be destroyed. It will go into the earth, and again, there is the changing all the time. So just if you look at the nature and movement, then you can already see that this must be a false idea that there will be a ready point. And then it's so really freeing. And then you realize that, yeah, everything comes and goes and it will be destroyed. And then you even enjoy more the moment because it will be gone. And you don't even enjoy the doing. It wasn't in my case that I was just enjoying the cleaning, but I was enjoying being aware of cleaning, and I know I was fine, that it will go away in 1 week. So, and the freedom of it, that I am not that. And of course, I am not that window, but I am not that person who wants it to be perfect. And it's the same with us, you know, like we want our person
to be perfect.
To be perfect, to be ready one day, that one day I will have no pain anymore. I will clean everything in my mind.
I will have all the education I need. I will be intelligent. I will look like this and that. Whatever.
But this inner work, which so many people trapped by, that there will be one day that everything will be cleaned out. Maybe there will be, maybe in some other lives, there is the Buddhist philosophy and tradition, where they say that there is one life and then you reach nirvana, because then everything, the whole karma will go. I don't know. But what we see here is that, of course, you work on yourself, but that's not what freedom is. Freedom is here, even while you are working on the person.
There's nothing wrong with working on the person, as long as we do not believe that this is who we are. We work on our skills to become better in whatever, but this is not who we are.
Or, for example, you work on something, or you educate yourself more, because then you can have a better job.
It's beautiful.
Of course, it's the same with working on yourself. You can work on your different reactions or whatever,
Yoga.
And then you will have a better life, and you will have a more relaxed life, more in flow, and so on.
But this is not what we're talking about. This has nothing to do with the freedom of who you are already in this moment. Underneath all these thoughts about becoming someone in a future.
Nothing can give you this joy, which is this moment, which is yourself, this stillness, which is, you cannot grasp it. It's so fine. It's so nothing and everything.
All words fail in the moment when we try to describe it, because it is out of any rules, any definitions, any concept.
It's out of dualism, and language is already dual. So.
Language is also, it's a concept, it's a system, how it works.
But the words can point to it.
Can point the direction.
And first and foremost, which you are sometimes not even consciously aware of, is actually what's going behind the words, the resonance, the silence.
Sometimes we hear something we cannot really understand intellectually, but somehow we realize this is touching. I don't know what this is, but it's touching. I cannot understand it, but I like it. There's a resonance with my heart.
Yeah. And we like to hear the truth, even if we cannot put it into words, but this pointing to the truth, we like to hear it millions of times. It's good to hear it again and again.
I mean, I also have this realization with mantras. We just, the other week, we met in a concert with Mitten and Deva. famous mantra singers. And since I experienced them for the first time, I think some of these songs I've heard hundreds of times. They do not get boring.
It's really interesting, isn't it? It doesn't get boring.
I mean,
if you really
listen,
it's always fresh. Always fresh. And actually you are repeating the same.
And most of them is just one sentence. Repeat one sentence.
And this
again
was
and
so
again.
amazing, because we were talking about language, that of course words have power. Words have power. See the Sanskrit, they have power. It's so interesting. For example, I always mention this, that Atman in Sanskrit is the soul, so it's the self. And in German, breath or breathing is called Atmen. Yeah. How interesting. And then in Hungarian, lélegezni, that's the Atman, so breathing. And lélek also comes from breathing, lélegezni. So it's the same, Sanskrit, Atman, lélegezni. It's amazing. And it's all breath and soul. So somehow also how the language developed, that also came from realizations as well. Pointing. Oh, we have been talking and talking, and actually we always say that we also want you to talk or report questions.
How was your?
How can we help you or not help you?
How was your week? Is there anything burning inside you?
Yeah, you can anytime ask or put up your hand. Then we can go on talking or not talking.
Yeah, but that's really also important. You do not have to have this feeling that, oh, I do not want to ask something now. I do not understand this, but I do not want to ask now. I don't want to disturb them now. If something is not clear,
you can anytime come in and say,
raise your hand, just say, oh, no idea. What does it mean? Can you repeat this? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to say something also, because it was really very deep now. But you will can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So whatever you're talking now, it's very touching me. Somehow it was also today in a new place where I have a new project, the first day, and everything is new, and of course a lot of similar things from the past, and then many times I was just realizing that, oh my God, I can't with the emotions, with this drama which is going there and there and there and there. But still, it was good. I could observe myself, but I was also feeling that sometimes when I was not happy about getting information, I was really in a bad mood, and then it happened also that in the afternoon I felt, why I am here? So do I really need this? I know this is just a job, it's a work, it's something like that. But it was good somehow. End of the day, I hear somehow things like this. What you talked, or you recently talked about, because this is really, yes, the topic. I was very easily taken by many dramas today, and I was just thinking also, how good is it that this moment I can be there, and I just see also that this is something beyond all these things, not just all these dramas which are willing to take me. Even I am there to observe it in that moment, but sometimes they are really hard to take me.
Yes,
They
yes,
really,
Yes.
they have power.
yeah, and then I was really also shocked during the day on myself. How is it happening that they are so deep, going in things, and but of course, end of the day, it's also important that all this let go
Yeah.
coming up, even if it's during the day, it's not so easy.
Yeah,
So
but you know, this is a developing process. We start to learn realizing how the emotions, for example, take us away from the moment. So at the beginning, maybe we just realize later on in the evening. In a few weeks, you will realize it also during the day. And then once you realize it in the moment when the
mm,
story starts. Say, ah, oh, wow, what's going on here? So this is something which is never ending also. Like Papaji said, I love this. How was the question actually? When will it be ready? Or, and his answer was, there is vigilant till the last breath.
You need vigilance till
You
your
need,
last breath.
you need vigilant till your last breath. And this vigilant makes you realize the moment when you leave this moment.
And that's already grace when you even if you realize it a little bit afterwards, or you are already in the drama, that something in you realizes it.
Most people don't realize this later on even. They just think that's me, that's my life. There are things running, the stuff. I'm angry, I'm happy, that's me, that's who I am. Since we have learned to investigate, we can see that actually these emotions, these are just stories we tell to ourselves. There is a moment, there is pain, there is maybe this or that, that's okay. But then goes on the story, which is keeping us in the track of the suffering, or in the track of, I would like to have more, this greediness, needy someone. Yes. And it's so
even
good to see.
it was also strange to see, to be among many people, many business people call like that, and to see their big ego in many cases. So it was also for me, oh my God, why I am here? So why I'm listening to such a thing? So and that was maybe also somehow hard, that to not to say I just have to run away, just because maybe some months or years before I would have said I just easily run away because I don't need such a people around me or work with or something like that. But after that, after a certain time you realize if you do business work, there are only such a people around you, mostly, I mean, and the end point is, the solution is that you run away, that you just not be in the attachment of this, so that. But I am still learning it. It's so strange. So sometimes I feel maybe I've learned a lot, but I just come in situation and I realize, oh no, it's still have to learn it and practice it, or why I am dropped in this situation again.
Yes, this personal awareness, you know, it can always develop more. But what you have also already realized, that you are not even that, you are even more than that. You are the awareness, which is even aware of the person. So then you can even accept it more, as I said with the cleaning, that this will never be ready. Also, that's that thing, you know, and then you can immediately, you can be compassionate with yourself, like, oh, okay, oh, I caught myself, I was again in it, and that's it. Okay, next time will be better, maybe, maybe not, maybe it will be again dirty, you know, like my thing, but that's not your freedom anyway. You are even this freedom when you think that you are not free and you are attached.
Even this moment you are free, yes, exactly. But in this moment we are totally in the movie. When we are attached, we're in our own movie where we play the main role. We are writing the book. We are the director of the story and the main actor in one person. And that's why we are not aware of this freedom in this moment. And you have been there at this meeting today because you should be there. These people need you.
Yes.
The point.
Even
The point, yeah.
Gangaji said that even if you think that they don't see you, they see you. Even if you think that they don't see you, they see you. Because something which you can also see through you, you know, which has already been penetrated, your deeper realizations, that's there. That's there, you know. And these things can go on in you, like, oh, I don't like this, and your reactions, and I was in the drama. And that's just on the surface. And actually, you are, you know, shining this, or you're not even shining it, it's there, it's taking you. So it's none of your business.
On a deeper level, unconscious maybe, something was, there was a connection, there was something working.
Who knows? This is karma and whatever. Yeah. And you are that which is even aware of the karma. Is she frozen now?
Oh yeah, no.
Oh, a little bit. And what now? What are you experiencing?
If the question is what I am experiencing, it's just it was good to listen to your wording, and just to have been able to share those, so that somehow I had the same experience in that certain day.
Mm.
That's
So
great.
there's joy.
There is
Hmm?
joy.
So there's joy.
Mm.
Yes, yes, yes.
Mm.
Good. Thanks.
Mm. Thank you.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Or was there still a question? Or
No,
did you
no,
want to say?
no, no, that was it was all. Thanks.
Mm.
Mm.
Thank you.
Isn't it amazing how we have this intimate space, this intimate room with each other? I mean, we don't know much from each other, but somehow there is something which is the same, which allows this intimate space, this opening. It's a gift. We can meet same-minded people in that way.
And this, what is same, what is the same, is is actually taking care of everything, just the same way as it brought you here and everywhere. Everything in your life happened from this to support your awakening. And so you don't have to force anything. When you come to satsang, or you have this longing for satsang, maybe you don't even know what that is, but something is resonating in you. And that's quite enough that you have this longing. And then the silence or satsang takes care of it all. It's like Papaji said this always, like, you know, when you go on the plane, you are traveling from, I don't know, India to New York. You go on the plane, you sit down, and then you get your coffee or whatever from the stewardess. But you don't go and drive the plane. You just sit.
You don't have to do anything.
You don't have to do anything. So you come to satsang and you are just in satsang, or in the stillness. Even when we are talking or anyone talks, you are taken care of. You know, you are seemingly you are taken from one place to another, but there is nowhere to go. And you realize that there is nowhere to go. It is this spaciousness which is here now, and you must know it, otherwise you wouldn't be longing for it. This is this love, this is this spaciousness who you are. And you just sit in it. You rest. And we are not just meaning this satsang, but your whole life can be satsang. Satsang can be everywhere. It's not just this meeting, but it's open, it's here. What if you take away this distinction in your mind that there is satsang and there is the outside world? Just take it away now. What if you leave this meeting, you do your days that I didn't leave. I didn't leave satsang. Everywhere is satsang. Even if in your business meeting. They don't have to know it. I mean, you know, you don't have to go to your boss and say that I love you or something. That's what Papaji also said. You know, this is like a secret love. This is a secret love. You are loving everyone. And actually, when you wake up, you realize that you cannot hate anymore. You can be angry at people and you can, you know, but you can never hate anyone. There is love because you realize something, that there is the same, like Harald said, that is the same in everyone. They are just those ones who sometimes trigger us. They are just
Not aware.
believing or ignorant, ignoring the truth. But they are the same, and you cannot hate them. You can be very angry at them. That how can you be so ignorant? But secretly, you love them. This is satsang everywhere. I remember that this was a huge, important realization when Gangaji and Eli, they had their satsang in Vienna or, you know, in big cities. And there was like a weekend satsang. And afterwards, we went out. We went somewhere, you know, into a pub, which we didn't plan, but we ended up in a pub after satsang. You know, it was such a deep satsang with Gangaji and Eli. And we were in this pub, and we looked at each other with my girlfriend, and we were like, wow, everything was going on around us, you know, pop, you know, big music, everything. And we looked at each other and we knew, we said, there is satsang. It's still, there is stillness in the middle of the pub. There is stillness in the middle of your meetings everywhere. You just have to be willing to put your attention there. And there is love. You love everyone. You don't love their behavior, but you just love. You are love anyway, so you love. So let this be your task.
This is also very important, you know, when we speak about you love, it doesn't mean that you love the behavior of other people. You don't love what they are doing, but there is something in us which is the same, which is love, which resonates with us.
You can be fully in love. I mean, you can love the other person and you can shout at them at the same time. And that comes from love.
Because
Doesn't
love
happen.
speaks the truth, and the truth is sometimes painful. Because it's the truth. It's not what the other person wants to hear. It's not what the other person maybe likes to hear. Maybe it is, maybe not. Who knows? But it's the truth. Mm.
So just take a moment now and just realize or bring your attention to this, that there is satsang everywhere. It is possible secretly. So you embody satsang everywhere, not just in these meetings, but you live as satsang, as in satsang. You give your whole life to this. And you will be supported all the time. Trust your heart. Just trust this love. Thank you.
Mm. Thank you so much.
Lots of love. Namaste.
Namaste.
I bow to the light and the love in you. It's the same love.
Same heart.
So just love whatever is happening now. Yeah.
Good night.
Bye.
Good night. Bye.
Next week.